Hey everybody, Michael Kwan here with Mobile Magazine. Today we're doing a quick overview of the Sony Tablet S. It is a Honeycomb 3.2 tablet running on the NVIDIA dual-core Tegra 2 processor. It's going to be pretty standard fare in terms of the OS, so if you've used any of the other Honeycomb tablets, it's going to be pretty similar. You know, you have your multiple home screens, you can put up the widgets and put in your shortcuts and that kind of thing. The app screen does look a little bit different than what you see with some of the other Honeycomb tablets. Right now I have it as newest first. You can also sort it by alphabetical. Also the custom grid layout, which is probably a little more useful. Not a big fan of having the white background there. I would prefer the dark background. It's just a little easier on the eyes, but not a huge deal. So going back to the home screen there, you also notice there is the front-facing camera there in case you want to do any video chats. And there's also a camera on the rear here. Camera performance was pretty good. And one main thing that I really want to point out is the actual design of the tablet is a little bit different than a lot of the other tablets from Asus or Samsung or anybody else. Instead of having just a straight flat layout, instead of having just a straight flat layout there, it has like a folded over magazine design is how Sony decided to describe it. While I'm here, you can see the power and the volume rocker buttons there. They look a little bit strange, but it's actually, because there is the slight indentation lip there, it's actually pretty easy to be able to just tap the buttons here as you need them. And then over on the other side, you'll see the headphone jack and a covered up USB port. One thing that makes this tablet unique from some of the other Honeycomb tablets is there is a full-size SD card slot there. So that can be very helpful if you're traveling or something like that, and you're taking some pictures on your camera. You can load them up on the tablet, use the pre-installed file manager software, and just move everything back over. As you can see, the little flap here can be a little finicky sometimes. One unfortunate byproduct of being a Honeycomb tablet, and it seems to be the case with all of the Android tablets that are out right now, is that even though there is the covered USB port that I mentioned before, you can't actually charge via USB. You do need to use the dedicated charger, which is down on the bottom here, and it comes as a brick. I didn't grab the power cable, but you can see how that's just the regular power cable that connects to the wall. You have a cable, and this just attaches right in here with the multiple pin adapter. That plugs in, and that's how you charge. It's not a huge deal, but it is kind of cumbersome having an extra brick around when it would have been nice to be able to just charge via USB. Another thing that I found kind of curious about the Sony Tablet S is they went with a very unique screen size. Instead of the 10-inch screen or the 7-inch screen, they went somewhere in between, and this is actually a 9.4-inch screen. In terms of usability, the web browser was great, email was great, all that kind of stuff. You can, as with all Honeycombs, you can add widgets and wallpapers and apps. So, you know, I can pop a picture frame in there, and whatever. We'll just pick whatever the photo is, and then you can be able to crop the picture, get back on the home screen. So yeah, that's pretty much the Sony Tablet S. It originally retailed for $4.99, but I've also seen it get down to $3.99 pretty much across all retailers for the 16GB version. In terms of Honeycomb tablets, there's not a lot that differentiates it from the competitors, but it is a solid product, and I'll have the full review up pretty shortly. Again, I am Michael Kwan from Mobile Magazine, and this is our overview of the Sony Tablet S.